1,000 years, a belief in a harmonious energy that flows through the universe has been at the center of Chinese civilization. In Taoist belief, this balance is known as the Way. In search of a higher spiritual consciousness, Buddha channeled the Way through acts of compassion towards all living beings. Despite the Great Wall stretching over 5,000 miles, a series of imperial forces came from the sea to overthrow the empire. After World War II, the foreign powers withdrew from China, and a civil war broke out, culminating in the Nationalist Party's defeat at the hands of the Communist Party. Chairman Mao took power and led the party on a systematic campaign to destroy traditional culture, religion, and spiritual values, turning neighbors, friends, and even family members against each other. The state eliminated anyone who did not believe the Communist Party to be the all-powerful and only voice of the people. Tens of millions were killed and starved to death. Mao declared that all power came from the barrel of a gun, and the party had all the guns. Today, despite the facade of economic progress, China is still controlled by the same ruthless regime. In their latest round of persecution, the lives of millions of peaceful citizens are being destroyed. This is the story of a former Communist Party member and a Chinese-American businessman who defy the state as they embrace an ancient spiritual practice that transforms their lives and will help free a nation.
It would be hard to find a more apt location for the first ever free speech film festival. Across the road from Independence Hall in Philadelphia, at the American Philosophical Society's Benjamin Franklin Hall, the Free Speech Award is being handed out. The winner, Free China, The Courage to Believe, a film by Michael Perlman, co-produced by NTD Television and World to Be Productions. Festival founder Margaret Chu Barringer says Free China was a clear winner.
This year's Free Speech Award-winning film was created by two superb young filmmakers based upon a book written by one young woman who had the courage to say no to both government and corporate fascism. There is no way towards peace, the Quakers say. Peace is the way. I hope this film changes our world.
This is the story.
It follows the story of two practitioners of the Falun Gong meditation discipline, who along with tens of millions of other Falun Gong practitioners have been persecuted for their beliefs in China.
When you can tell a story that's a pretty broad story through two intensely compelling characters like Jennifer and Charles, from a filmmaking standpoint, I thought that was really pretty extraordinary.
Preceding the awards ceremony, a panel of experts discussed their views on the topic of free speech.
Truth can be silenced, but once spoken, it cannot be ignored.
Director Michael Perlman says the spirit of the Free Speech Film Festival could not have come at a more crucial time in China's history.
There's a real possibility to actually free China. 1.3 billion people can be free. If China allows itself to open up and allow freedom of speech and religion and assembly, they'll become a much stronger nation, both economically, politically, and on the world stage. So, this is really a critical time for the Chinese leadership and the people in China to understand this and to embrace it. And we're just here to give our support for this. This is history in the making now.
This spirit also reflects the mission of NTD Television.
It's part of our mission to really spread the word about freedom of press, freedom of speech. That's why the platform of NTD exists.
10 years ago I met Jennifer, and she had just escaped China. and she was writing a book, and to be able to tell her story after so many years and get it out and be acknowledged. This is about not just her story, but also those inside China being suppressed, so this is for them.
This is the third award the movie has won, and it will continue to tour on the global film festival circuit. Ben Hedges, NGD News, Philadelphia.